Look, it's 2/3 of the trio of awesomeness. We can handle that. We don't play that regularly enough. I always like,
Yeah, I was rocking
we,
out. Also, I look way better in those photos.
I know, right? We all look fantastic. I was like, oh,
Mhm.
this is it. This is the cast shot for this show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, welcome to What Had Happened Was. It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Mhm.
People are busy. My name is Steve, and this is the hostess with the mostest. Of course, the one and only Miss Katrina A. Johnson is here today. Oh my god, her brick wall of reality. We love it. We live.
The
We
brick
live. How
wall
have
that
you been,
hasn't.
Miss Cat? What have you been up to?
I've been good. Lots of traveling. I went to a Raiders game recently, and that is football.
Yes.
Football.
American football.
I wore the whole outfit. I did the whole thing. It was fun. It was cool. Those tickets are really
Oh.
expensive. I didn't realize. I didn't realize that
Yeah.
sports fans nowadays like have to be rich. My goodness, that was crazy.
Yeah.
And
You need to
just
find
lots
yourself in
of
Kelsey.
exactly.
Good enough for Taylor, right? Good
Hmm.
enough for Taylor, good enough for Cat, I think.
He's too
I'd, I'd,
young, but you know,
I'd love to see your eras tour. That'd be very interesting, I think.
it
People would
would
be
be
very
interesting.
interested. Little puppy. It's fun that you mentioned travel, though, because today I thought we would get back into traveling. I haven't traveled for a little while because, can't at the moment. Can't visit my American friends for fear of something happening to me. But
Deportation.
it's, you know, as we just discussed pre-show, a bit too pretty for prison. Can't do it. So, not tempting fate. But Miss
Hmm.
Katrina is jetting around the world as always. And I thought today would be travel trauma, horrible things happening to good people in foreign lands. So that's always good. I've got a couple of them that have happened to me, and I'm sure you've seen your sights, Kat, with all of your
Have.
travel.
Hmm.
So I'm going to kick one off. This one's kind of cute, innocent, but interesting. I
Okay.
was an exchange student living in Paris, and my French was proving a lot pretty quickly, or so I thought. At my
Uh-oh.
prim grandmother's her request, I arranged to meet an old friend who lived in a very posh address. I was holding my own at the restaurant and speaking French well until we discussed dessert. She asked in French if I wanted cream or sugar with my strawberries. I said what I thought was, I don't care. But the rough translation I told the woman was, I don't give a fuck.
Oh.
And I didn't know this until I returned to the States months later. That's a,
Oh.
you got to be
Well,
careful.
yeah. I have one
Go,
similar-ish, but
girl. This is you. This is you.
okay. Well, during college, I had this boyfriend from Peru, and we went back to his motherland. We went to Peru, and we were gonna like see the big city, and then go like hiking through the Amazon, and then end up at Machu Picchu. Sounded amazing. Anyway, so his whole family lives there, and his uncle was asking me how I am, and I am in Southern California, right? So a lot of the Spanish speakers here are Mexican. Mexican Spanish is slightly different than Peruvian Spanish. I
Oh
mean,
dear.
yes. So I learn a lot of slang. I speak Spanglish, right? It's like a mixture of English and Spanish. And I can get by here just fine. I can get by in Mexico totally fine. So his Peruvian uncle asks me how I am. And I said that I had a lot of bug bites, right? Bug bites. It's like a
Right.
jungle out there. So I got a lot of bug bites. So I told him I am picazon, which I thought meant itchy. It does not mean itchy.
Oh
So my
gosh.
boyfriend then told me when we got home, What the fuck? Why did you tell my uncle you have an itchy vagina?
No way. You're joking.
No. So I guess don't say the word picazone unless you're talking to your doctor because it somehow doesn't mean itchy. It means itchy bits.
Hoo-ha.
I think
Itchy
infertility
Pokemon.
itchy lady bits. Yeah, pretty sure.
Wow. What are the chances?
Straight to his family. Wow, that was a good job on my part. Great job there. Yeah.
How long afterwards did you keep the boyfriend? Is the question.
Oh, I got rid of him during that trip actually.
There you go. Didn't last the itch.
No, I didn't need to see the family anymore after that
Yeah. Well,
humiliation.
look, they've got a great story about a crazy American who wants to tell everyone about her itchy pitchy.
Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. So funny.
Generations passed down. The story
Oh,
was passed down
oh,
about his American
trauma.
girlfriend. Generational trauma. Exactly.
Off.
You gotta be really careful with language though, because mine was in France as well, because I didn't think I booked this trip really, really quickly because one of my dance students ended up getting a contract at the Moulin Rouge, and I promised him that
Ooh,
if he got the contract,
you'd go see.
I would go see it. I'm like, yeah, cool. So I booked it. I managed to like sneak in a little trip to the UK, and I did the UK and France in 11 days. So that was intense. But did it all. And I didn't think about it until I got to Paris. And I went,
Mhm.
I don't speak any French whatsoever. I was like, okay, this will be okay. It'll be all right. I read the thing, don't get in the people, don't get in the taxis that aren't taxis, all that kind of thing. I
Mhm.
did my due diligence. I got in a real taxi, and it was like Fast and the Furious. It was like peak hour. We went around the Arc de Triomphe at about like 100 miles an hour. It was
Wow,
crazy. They
you're on
just,
the Autobahn, wrong country.
yeah, they they like crisscross. I've never, yeah. I got in the car twice to and from. Like, oh my god, this is terrifying. And then I
Wow.
got to the hotel, luckily, and I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? And they start speaking to me in French, and I was like, I can either fake this or just turn on the charm. So I went, "G'day, how you going?" Turned up the Australia to about a 15. And they're
Mhm.
like, "Oh, hello." I'm like, "Yeah, cool, thank you." And so
Woo,
my excuse was anywhere I went, I just turned up the Australia, and it was they're like,
it
"Oh,
worked.
tourist." So I did not even legitimately think about it. I was like, "Oh, I don't speak this language. This is a bit how
What
you
year
going."
was this? There probably weren't all these translator apps. You probably didn't have your
It
iPhone
was
ready.
it was what? It was it was the 20s. It wasn't 2020. It was like maybe 2015, 2016. Yeah,
Well,
2016, I think it
there were
was. So
devices, but it wasn't like you just have it on your phone.
it wasn't like Duolingo, like
Now it's way
speak
easier.
it. Yeah. You could just wave your phone at somebody and they talk and and pops back
Yes.
up. But
Yes.
yeah, you could just make it happen, but that did not
Mhm.
happen. And it was just a very
You're
interesting trip
better
trying to
for it.
order.
Also,
Yeah.
Moulin Rouge is in like the red light district. So did you have any
Yeah.
after that? I
My
did.
hotel
I,
my hotel was around the corner. Oh, really? I need to
well,
know. Come on.
I didn't realize. Okay, so I went on a girls' trip. All of my girlfriends are there for one of my friends' birthdays. And we all go see Moulin Rouge because I'm like, it's classic. It's Paris. We have to. I've never seen it. We got to go. It was not as good as I thought it was going to be.
Fancy boobies,
but, we,
basically.
but yeah, but we had a great time. It's a classic old like Vegas style
And
cabaret
it's got
bash.
free champagne, and you just
Lots
when
of
I
free
was
champagne.
there, yeah,
Yes.
when
So
I
we're
was there, no one else
like,
drank the champagne. I was like,
we drank all the champagne. We did a bottle
right,
each. So we're
yeah,
like,
right,
it's cool. We're having fun. Let's go see what else is down here. And it was very seedy, not a great
yes.
place for ladies. And it was like all strip clubs, except the strip clubs are more involved than the strip club. Like, you could order in, if you know what I'm saying.
All you can eat.
So we go in 5 girls, and the strip club doesn't want to give us a seat or doesn't know what we're doing there. They're like, "You're weird. Get out of here." And we're like, "Well, we've been to a strip club before. Like in Vegas, there's strip clubs. Girls can go. You eat, you drink, you party, you have fun, you throw money at the girls. Like, it's fine." This was not that kind of a deal. So the stripper comes over to us and she's like, "You girls must be confused because this is a bar where you can do whatever you want with the ladies to the ladies. The ladies will do to you." She's like, "We don't think that you're really interested in those services." And we're like, "You are right.
You are
But you're
correct. Thank you.
have some money. Thank you. We enjoyed the little dance you did. We didn't know. We're gonna go."
You could have got yourself into some serious trouble.
Yes, and only one of them spoke English and like told us the deal.
Oh, thank God.
Can you
Thank
imagine how
God.
much money we would have spent only to be
Accosted.
confused?
Look, an interesting girls' trip, right?
Oh, it was a blast, but we didn't know. I mean, strip clubs
Yeah.
in the United States are very different. Like, anyone can go and you can, have fun and dance and party and drink and whatever.
Yeah.
So it was different, very different.
All right. We have a travel faux pas. This is a basic one, but it's a cringe one and something that I think people don't realize. When I
Okay.
was young and stupid, I kept my passport and my foreign currency together. I was going back to the UK and I handed the passport with a stack of money still in it. So I looked like I was trying to bribe the officer. I had to talk my way out of being arrested. Oh my God. That's so. But you do get in a blur as well. I just think about the times that I've come over to see like Jeff and all that. Like you
Mhm.
hit so many airports. There's so many different rules. It's like take your shoes off here, put this in here, don't do that here, but
You're
do this here. It's
exhausted.
just like
You're
yeah,
exhausted. So
it's
everything
like
is a blur.
everything. Your just face is slowly melting off your body. And I love like I went to the biggest. Where was I last time? I can't. Fort Worth. No, it wasn't Fort Worth.
You
Must have
went
been
through
yeah. Must
Hawaii
have
for
been
part of it.
correct. It was JFK. No. Last time I flew Sydney to Dallas.
What? That's a thing?
That's a 15-hour thing, girl.
Oh.
Yeah, I was ready to kill myself. But we got to JFK and there's just let's abandon all security. They're like, just hold on to everything. I'm like, okay. I'm like, are we pre 9/11 again? It's like, okay. But then you go to like the smallest airport in the world. They're like, take this off, scan this, do this. I'm like, this is Syracuse. Calm down. I'm like,
Right. What do you think I'm doing?
yeah, I'm not like
I only
a
traffic some
global.
breath mints, okay?
Yeah, yeah, right. Oh no,
Mhm.
that's what that happened to me with. I thought it was my medication that I left in my carry on because I had it with me because I was supposed to. And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot all about it. Yes, no, that wasn't it. I'm like, oh God, what was it? I'm like, where have I been? Who have I been with? I forgot when we were driving around doing ghost hunting with Anna Renata. I'd put a small can of Coke Zero in the bottom of my bag. And he's like,
Oh,
I'm like,
no.
oh, I felt like such an idiot. I'm like, damn it, I look like a newbie. And I'm not a
Yeah,
newbie.
you
I
know
know
better.
this.
You should know
I
better.
know. I know
You think
better.
after a 15-hour journey, you'd know better.
Delirium. Delirium.
Fair. I
And driving
understand.
through the
Feel
south. Driving through the south. It's delirium.
that. Yeah.
Oh, this is another good misunderstanding of language. I love traveling to Indonesia, and eventually I figured out I had no more excuses and began to learn Bahasa Indonesia. All proud of the few sentences I spoke, I ensured I would always tell people, see you later, on leaving the shop, hotel, and/or restaurant. It took me 4 days and many confused looks to double check what I was saying. I meant to say Senpai Nati ya, see you later. But instead I told people Senpai Manti ya, which beautifully translates until to until you die. Could you imagine? until you die.
I mean,
I'm just
I know that people know that when you're traveling, you don't know all of the words, but in my experience, at least people are happy when you try.
yeah. Unless they're French, they're just like, don't even bother.
Yeah, if they're French, they're like, get out of here, you
They're
disgusting.
like, just speak English, you asshole. It's like, okay, cool. No,
And I
you
will.
come off very, you come off very Derek Kemsley though. When it's like, oh, the cappuccino. It's like, just say you want a coffee, bitch. It's like, we see you, we understand, we know that you're not Italian. It's okay.
She's so cute, though. She can get away with
She
it.
is cute when she does it. Her global language skills.
I
This
like her
happened to
fake
me.
British accent.
I know. She's got that Madonna thing, that early Madonna early 2000s where she's
Mhm.
from Europea. It's just a nebulous European accent. It's like,
Yes.
yes, darling. I live for it. This next one I have done, and I arrived
Oh.
and went, oh my god. Showing up at a hotel on the other side of the world a day before my actual reservation. I have done that. I got into London. The first time I went to London, I'm like, you're
Oh.
not actually here till tomorrow. I went, yeah, because of the time difference. What a fucking idiot. Luckily, there was a room in the hotel and they gave it to me for a discounted price.
And luckily you could afford it.
I know, especially with the the Australian dollar the way it is. It's like 48 cents to the British pound at the moment.
Oh,
So it's like, yeah, but you come back real rich.
well, that's good.
That's the way I look at it. I know. But yeah, that was a vomit inducing moment when you're like, I have nowhere to stay. And she's like, it's okay. I've got a room that will actually be next to the room you're staying in. And because you've like, she was lovely. She gave it to me for a discounted price because I
That
got
is
in late. I'm like, oh, you are a gorgeous human. Because I usually arrive early. I'm that bitch. I
mm,
remember the first time I went to Vegas by myself, I was there like hours before checking in, and this was pre-COVID, so you know, check in at a Vegas hotel is never fun if you're a member of the general public. But I arrived and they're like, "Oh, your room's not ready yet." I'm like, I must have looked like death warmed up because I was just like, this lovely gentleman at Planet Hollywood because that's where Britney Spears and Jennifer Lopez were staying. So I was like,
uh-huh.
I'm gonna be a basic bitch and I'm gonna stay so I don't get too lost until I have a drink and then disappear.
Smart.
As I've told this on this story before. But he's like, oh, actually, just hold on 1 minute. And I was like, okay, fine. I was like, and it was like a good 3 hours before check-in. I shot my shot, you know. It's
You
like, we'll
have to.
see. And he goes, actually, I've got a room for you. And he's like, you've come all the way from Australia. I'm like, yeah. He goes, okay, I'm going to upgrade your room. I'm like, so I got a pool view room 3 hours early. And it was,
Oh,
I know. I was like, thank you, sir. I slipped him a little something, something. I was like,
that's love.
you are the boy. Luckily, I had some cash on me. I'm like, you win. You win my favorite employee. But you just got
That
to shoot your shot sometimes with that shit, right?
I agree. Sometimes it's a yes with an upgrade.
This one, right? This one is maybe something you can shed a bit of light on
Okay, bring
because
it.
you hit lots of airports, and I'm sure that you've seen a lot of airport codes. Turns out SJC is not the airport code for San Jose, Costa Rica. Rather, it's San
San
Jose,
Jose,
California.
California.
I figured that one out too late.
Oh no.
Imagine you're like, something's not quite right here.
Where's all the sloths? Where's the ocean? Where's the Pura Vida?
Right.
Where are the palm trees?
Like, imagine if you fell asleep on the plane and you're like, ladies and gentlemen, we're touching down in California. You're like, okay. It's always my nightmare. I'm like, did I get on the? That used to be a big thing that I would always like triple check the ticket, check the gate, check. It's like, yes, I'm going to the right place. It's
Well,
okay.
also, when you then get to San Jose, California, you got to buy another ticket and it's 8 hours away. It's not close.
Yeah.
San
It's
Jose's
not the
close to
journey
do
you
that.
expect.
You're 8 hours. If you can find a direct flight, good luck.
See, she knows she's the travel girly.
That's a mess. That's a mess.
That
It's also the wrong
the
country.
yeah, look, semantics, I guess we'll call it.
Ouch.
Here's another lost in translation. There seems to be a lot of lost in translations. People just are very brave or very stupid. When we
Both.
first moved to the US and barely knew any English, my mum got her first job and became quite friendly with her first boss. I forget the occasion, but she bought her boss a greeting card that said with sympathy, which my mum didn't realize was for a death or loss. She thought it meant with appreciation or something of that nature. Oh, that's sad. It's well
That's
intentioned.
sweet.
It's sweet. It's well intentioned, but
Yeah, and she probably said thank you inside.
yeah, it's like, oh my god. This sounds a little bit terrifying. Enjoy. In Russia, let's
Cool.
just there we go. In Russia, I wanted to buy meat from the deli counter. I didn't fancy trying to explain the weight I wanted, so I just pointed at some pre-packaged meat in the trays behind the glass counter. She looked at me confused and told me to take it in Russian. I was like, I can't. It's behind glass. I went like this for a while and thought I'd demonstrate. And I put my hand to the glass. It wasn't glass. It was just fresh air. The glass counter stopped before the pre-packaged items. Oh, that's shame. That's just stupidity.
That's just embarrassment.
That's just yeah, that's not even international embarrassment. That's just embarrassing. I'm trying to think if I've had any food. I haven't had any food related dramas.
Oh, I have. I've ordered
There
weird stuff. Okay. I was in Hong Kong at the Peninsula Hotel. Very nice.
yes.
They said that there was this delicacy that I had to have, and they called it drunken worms. And I was like, well, what is it? They're like, oh, it's very special. They only
Oh
offer
god.
it at this hotel. You got to have it. And they told me seafood. I'm like, okay, drunken worms are seafood. Okay, I don't know what that means, but okay, it's a delicacy. I can only get it here. Let me try it. So they bring out a fish tank, like in a cartoon where the little kid has like a pet fish and it's like this round bowl.
Little
And then
fishbowl,
they open a
yeah.
beer. They pour the beer in the fish bowl, and then they bring out worms and they put the worms in the beer in the fish bowl. And the worms are swimming around, drinking the beer. They get real fat, and you're supposed to eat them.
Yeah. Okay. Look,
It was actually drunken worms.
I know that you're a caviar girly, but that's a step too far, right?
This was too raw, but I
Did
tried it.
I was like, you tried it, didn't you?
I had to. I mean, what are you going to do? This is like a once in a lifetime, hopefully, a once in a lifetime thing.
Right, you tried. All right, tell the
It was
people
exactly
what.
what you thought it would be. It was squishy, it was wormy, it was slimy, and it was moving around in my mouth and moving around down my throat. And I didn't even bite the whole
Oh,
thing. I took a tiny little like, huh? And it was like not
oh no, that's not okay.
not what I would want. Not what do not recommend. I mean, unless
Not
you're
okay.
not squeamish. I'm not really squeamish, but it grossed me out.
Yeah, but still, yeah, I think eating anything that's moving and alive is an
Moving is
issue.
weird. It's
You
weird,
see
yeah.
those things in like the Asian countries where they pour like stuff or like and it comes back to life, and that stresses me out. And it's not alive. It's just like tendons moving because of reactions. But
Yeah, that's not
oh my,
that's not my
I don't
jam.
need. Yeah, I don't need my food to move.
I don't want to know that it's that alive anymore.
Yeah, ever, ever.
Hmm.
Like I don't. I even now I would feel bad about picking a lobster. In
Oh
the
no,
modern
not me.
day, I'm
I'll go
yeah.
to the tank. I'll
I'm,
pick out
I'm
the
not that
fresh
bothered.
crab. I'll take a photo with it,
I think
and then
you and
I'll
I are the
eat it.
same. You and I are the same girl when it comes to seafood. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna take a bite out of it while it's like moving. No, that's weird.
Yeah, in
That's where
front
I
of it,
draw the line.
in front of its family, and be like, I'm gonna eat
So
you,
mean.
girl.
There's your
That's
daughter.
not okay.
Ow.
Yeah, this is your sister and your daughter. Oh
Mm-hmm.
my god, here's another horrible one, and a very interesting place for it to happen. I traveled for over 10 hours to a sold out festival in Vegas.
Uh-oh.
All the major hotels were sold out because of it, and I realized I'd booked the hotel for 2024 instead of 2023. Look, I think it's a Vegas. You just have to stay off the strip, right? It may be some sketchy, okay, sketchy accommodation. It's just, but there are worse places to do that in. I think in the world than Vegas. You're always going to find somewhere.
I
It
mean,
just
yeah, you'll find something. It may not be what you want, and it may be more expensive than you planned, but you'll find something.
yeah, it's not just like landing somewhere and going, oh god. I remember the very first time I went overseas by myself. We came to America and we got to New York, and then we had a week or about a week and a half free time until we're meeting friends in Hawaii on the way back home. And I've told this story before somewhere. We were like, all right, we're gonna go to Salem. We're near Salem. We'll do this. And we got on the
Which
train.
Salem?
We Salem, Massachusetts. We went for witches. We went for witches,
I
and
figured.
we went to the right one. It's all
Okay,
good. We
just
went to the
checking.
right Salem. Yep. Got on the train, got off the train, and just went, what now? Because we hadn't thought about accommodation. We hadn't thought about anything like that.
Car. Where are you gonna
Anything
eat?
like
What
that.
are you gonna
Yep.
do?
We were standing in the middle of the park, and with our back, because we were, we were young. We had backpacks then. We were traveling that way. We'd been in the States for nearly 2 months. We'd done the thing, and we're standing there like, and it starts snowing out of nowhere. Just out of nowhere, starts snowing. It's like, okay. And this woman walking her dog, bless, walks up to us and goes, "You're not from around here, are you?" We're like,
What gave it
oh.
away? The shorts?
The confused look and the Australian accents. This woman, God bless, stopped with us for about 25 minutes, half an hour, rang around town, found us a hotel, told us where to go, gave
Wow.
us. I was like, okay, this is. There are good people in the world.
You
Like
found the only one.
yeah, I was like, she took pity on some poor Australians who had the wanderlust, but not really the skills at the time. To
Right.
we were in our early 20s. We were living. We were just doing the thing. But we managed to find a hotel, and it snowed horribly. And we went to a brewery, and I had blueberry beer. That was weird. Had actual blueberries in it. It was
Oh,
yeah,
that's
weird.
interesting.
I know. I know. It's yeah. But look, sometimes it can work in your favor. It was a lovely hotel. They had fresh, like, had a fireplace. Salem's changed so much. The last time I was there, I was like, oh my god, I don't remember. But they had like an open fireplace and warm cookies when we arrived. I'm like, this is the
Mm,
shit. I'm
I
like,
see.
yes.
Moving
We
on
had
up.
nice beds. Well, see, this was budget traveling. We were on some Greyhound buses and stuff. This was early
Well, you're
20s.
backpacking. You were kids. I mean,
We made those mistakes, now we don't
now
backpack.
you won't even go if there's a shower curtain.
She knows me
Right?
well. Look, this girl knows me well. I love it. Shower
Mhm.
curtains are not for the no, not for me.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. It's not. That's not. No.
No, ew, oh, or a single bed.
A single.
No,
You mean
yeah,
like small size?
like a single. Like I was looking at some accommodation
I don't know if
in
we
the
have
UK.
singles. We have doubles.
No, you don't. But in the
We have
UK,
a
they do
double
because
bed.
everything's so small.
Right.
Last time I was in London, I stayed in a room that was half the size of the room I'm in, and I don't know what it used to be, but the bathroom was in an old closet. Like you literally had to step over a threshold to get into the bathroom. It was a beautiful little bathroom. I don't know how they managed to fit a shower, a toilet, and a sink in there, but it was like very bijou. And I had big like floor to ceiling doors that opened out into like the street. So it's one of the row houses that they just converted into a hotel, and the room was like this big. But I also had to schlep my luggage.
And the bed was this big.
Yeah, it was comfortable though, but I rolled over and fell out a few times.
No.
I did try and do a live. I did try and do a live show from there as well. The internet had the strength of a piece of hair. So I was like, yeah, we're not going live tonight. Good luck, everyone. Hey, Hector says, hey, Kat. Hey, Kat.
Oh,
hey,
hey.
Hector. We're living. All right. Here's another one. When I arrived in the Philippines, I couldn't find my friend. A cop, perhaps a security guard, asked if they could help. I told him what was happening. He offered to call my friend, which I accepted. We made contact with my friend, and I found her. The cop extends his hand, which I thought he wanted a high five. So I gave him a high five and ran off. It wasn't until later that I realized he wanted a tip.
Oh.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
That is hilarious.
Tipping does confuse people. From a nation of non-tipping, a lot of people get confused. I think I was lucky that I worked in the restaurant industry before I went over there, so I know the tipping culture and all that. But the arguments in that first trip that I was just talking about splitting a bill and including a tip was so dramatic. It's like, well, I only had this and you had this, and it's like, baby, at the end of the day, these people are earning $2.50 to get you everything you want. Just give them $10 and move on. I'm a good tipper. Like, if you serve me, I'm like, baby doll, you take this. Like, especially if I'm leaving the country, any cash that I have just gets left in the hotel room. I'm like, you go crazy. Last time I was in Hawaii, I left like alcohol, food. I'm like, this. I was like, go crazy. I think I left like $40. I'm like, yeah, you go crazy. I'm like, I didn't make up my room for the couple of days I was there anyway, because I was just like going to the beach and coming home and sleeping and then coming out for dinner. That was it. So I was like, that'll do. That'll do. Hector says, I used to work in a restaurant for too long, but decided to leave and work. Yeah, I think you do that when you work in you either adapt to the restaurant industry or you go, this is horrendous and let me out. Yeah, I was there for a while, and you see some horrible things which we've talked about. You can probably go down with this one, Kat, because this is ultra different. Nothing too embarrassing, but I still laugh at it. I went to a fancy restaurant in Kyoto once, and the hostess put down a little bowl of what I guessed was soup or broth on the table.
No. Oh.
So I drank it. She returned about a minute later with some tempura and seemed surprised that I drank the whole dipping sauce intended for it. She was like, oh, did you like that? I have seen somebody drink a finger bowl once.
I've seen somebody eat I forget what those towels are called.
Yep, the ones that they pulled it.
Or a boshi or whatever it's called. Yeah. I saw somebody reach down, grab it, bite it, tear it, and I'm like, that's a towel.
That's not okay. Yeah, I was on a cruise. They served crab. I think it was crab. Literally picked up the finger bowl. I was like, I thought it was hot tea because I had lemon in it. I'm like,
you did that or somebody else did that?
Wasn't me. Oh my god, no. Come on. I was raised by a chef. Come on. I would never do that. Like, bitch, that's for your fingers. But took a sip and everything's like, put that down. This person also picked up a bread roll and tore it in half with their hands in a fine dining restaurant. I'm like, oh no, dear. We need to train you a little bit.
Yes. That happened
Oh,
in
here's
Crazy
another.
Rich Asians. She tries to drink the finger bowl and he pushes it down.
Well, see, it happened in real life. I've seen it happen. It just stuns me. It's all right. All right, here's a good one. Embarazada means pregnant in Spanish. I don't know if I said it right. I live in Costa Rica for a while. Kat, it's you. And a friend started dating a local guy. When she met his family, her Spanish wasn't great, and she was embarrassed that she couldn't communicate easily with them. She said, "Estoy embarazada," when which she thought I'm embarrassed and it meant I'm pregnant. Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Again,
I mean, that's one way to
great.
meet your boyfriend's family. I'm
I
pregnant.
know. Look, at least it was. She was an itchy cat.
And she did better than I did, honestly.
She did
I'd rather
slightly
be
better
pregnant than diseased, and I basically said I was diseased.
in the forest too. In the
Yeah,
rainforest of Machu Picchu.
perfect. Yeah, that's great.
Ah!
Mm-hmm.
Blow darts coming at you. It's very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is a good Spanish translation again. Just yesterday, I asked a Spanish member of my team how they were feeling because I knew they were unwell. When she told me they were constipated, I just thought, that's more information than most people would tell me. Turns out in Spanish, constipado means you have a cold. Oh
Wow.
dear. Oh dear.
Well,
It's
that's
not
better than
okay.
being constipated.
Right? You don't want that. It's a
No.
different kind of blockage.
Mhm.
Different kind of blockage. This one's a little longer, but we're gonna go with it. It's
Let's
okay.
go.
I'm an American who planned a 2-week trip to Newfoundland a few years ago. My husband and I intended to spend 4 days at the end of our trip in the capital city of St. John's. Many months before our trip, I researched the town, got familiar with the layout, and decided to reserve 4 nights in an apartment in a charming boutique hotel away from the water but near bakeries and shops. I corresponded with the hotel throughout the summer, arranging for parking and selecting which unit I'd stay in. The hotel had a weekly newsletter they sent me about the happenings in the town, and I read it in anticipation. We had a wonderful time exploring the island. At the end of the trip, we arrived at St. John's, but we couldn't find our hotel anywhere. We had the street address, and although we found the street it was on, there was no hotel on it. We finally turned on the internet and asked to Google directions for our hotel, only to learn that we were 24 hours away by car. The charming hotel was in St. John, New Brunswick, not St. John's, Newfoundland. The owners were lovely and gave me a complete refund. They said people make that mistake all the time. They were probably just being nice to make me feel better.
Oh,
That's chunky. That's a chunky mistake to make.
that's brutal.
Especially when you think you've done, like, yes, I know for sure that this is what's happening. It's okay. Not
I
so
Googled
much,
it.
girlfriend.
That's
I
gotta be it.
googled it. Oh, here's a red eye. Here's a red eye story. She's a red eye girl sometimes.
Let her rip.
Oh, oh, Jesus Christ!
Your
Google's come to
Google
life on me.
talk
My
about a
Google's come to life. She wants me to fly. She's feeling bad for me. I
mm-hmm.
booked a red-eye flight from the East Coast. I thought that the flight was leaving on Sunday night and arrived Monday morning. But when I showed up at the airport, I was informed that my flight actually left Saturday night, and I missed it completely. I ended up having to go all the way home from the airport and book a completely new flight for $500. I completely missed the conference I was supposed to be attending. Moral of the story, when booking a red-eye flight, look at what time the flight arrives, not when the flight leaves. Look, can be confusing.
And if you're traveling far, like to say Europe or another country, make sure you got the day right
Right.
because my best friend went to go visit me in Spain. I did the running of the bulls in Pamplona.
Wait, what? When did this happen? How do I not know this information?
This was in like 2017.
Okay, before our time. Okay, that's
Yes.
fine.
So
I'll
I did
allow
the
it.
running of the bulls and she was meeting me a day later, but she got delayed by like 3 days because she went to some European airport. Maybe we'll say she was in Madrid, or she was one of those cities in
Somewhere.
Spain. She bought then her other ticket from the big airport to the tiny airport where I was for the wrong day, because she didn't realize that when she arrived, you gain a day.
Yeah.
Right, it's 12 hours later, so you've been traveling 24 hours because you're ahead 12 and the 12 that you traveled. She didn't add the day, so her flight to get to where I was a completely different day. They weren't doing it that day. She had to sit behind, and then her bags got lost. She had to buy new clothes. It was a whole big hot mess because
Oh,
she didn't check the arrival day to get the next flight. Mhm.
oh my God. There you go. Well, Hector must follow you on social media. He knows you're at the stadium. She was poor. She spent money. Is the answer, right?
It
I
was
spent
expensive.
the money.
It was
I
beautiful. It was
spent
very nice.
the money.
The
Yeah,
stadium was very famous,
American stadiums like amaze me. I'm like, wow,
and this was
sick.
brand new. It was really nice.
Nice. Yeah, the one time I have had an issue with luggage and stuff was not my fault. I was trying to leave Vegas. They really don't want you to
All of
go.
your stories happen in Vegas.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And
Not for
this was
you.
me. This was
It
me.
ends up on the show.
Yeah, well, look, gotta be forthcoming with the people. We'll meet. We meeting me arrived at the airport and waited and waited and waited and waited, and flight got delayed. Turns out this flight had been trying to leave for 5 days. But every time that they loaded everyone onto the plane, they got over there out, and the flight time would be too much. So they're like, nope, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just like, what? What's happening? Because I was probably very hungover at that point. Luckily, I heard the beautiful melodic tunes of an Australian accent going, what we're going to do is we're going to wait here because there's a flight from Vegas to Hawaii at 2 a.m. Cool, no worries. Met the Australians, did the plan, got to Honolulu, basically passed out. And this was before the renovations. So you remember what Honolulu Airport used to be like before the renovations? It's
It was like
1960s, 50s, like
trailers.
glorious
It was like
wood.
trailers.
Yeah, wood panels, beautiful, everything. I'm sitting back, and this is back when the lounge. Remember, like everything was outside.
What lounge? Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
like everything was outside. There were just shops, and and then just you were looking out at the runway. It's like cool.
Mm-hmm.
I fell, and I've told the second part of this story before. I was like, I just have to sleep because I hadn't slept, and I don't normally sleep on planes. Empty, 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 empty. Next minute, I wake up. It was the first time the Hawaiian University football team was coming to coming to Australia for a demonstration game. They were trying to make football happen over here. So there were two teams of college footballers and all of the staff on my flight.
Wow.
I
That
know.
is
I
full
got
of
sandwiched
big
between two.
people.
I got sandwiched between two very large men, which was not really an issue, but it was
Young buff men, by the
young
way.
buff men too. And this was young. I was in younger days then too. It's like, whoa. But yeah, and look, it's not a horrible flight, but it hits that 9 hour mark, and I think anything over 7, you're like, it hits that nine
And is
hour
it
mark. You're
12?
like, sorry.
Is it 12 hours or it's only 9?
No, it's 9.5 on the way back. It's quicker to get to Hawaii than it is to come home.
Mm.
Sad, but yeah, that was you got to be careful. This is a short and sweet one, but very funny. I was wearing a new blouse and did not realize the salesman left the security tag on. The only way I could get through the airport security was to cut the tag and leave a hole in my blouse.
That
Could
is
you imagine?
horrible.
That is horrible. Like, and then you've got to buy a new blouse in the airport for the markup. You're like, no, just
Mm.
buy a geolocation sweater. I'm in Georgia. Yay. I win. It's $70. Congratulations. Oh, look. Speak of an Australian devil. Apparently, a woman here in Australia recently blew up a toilet during a long flight. Yes. I was actually going to talk about that on UCR Live this week. Hi, Luke. You
Hi,
should be at work.
Luke.
You should be working, girlfriend.
Mhm.
But she's watching the show.
Luke, I'm coming to town. You better come visit
Oh
me.
yeah.
I'll be in the hood.
Well, we'll be talking. But we might have to take Kat on her very own Aussie adventure.
Yep.
All right, we got two more.
Let's go.
I was backpacking through South Asia and I ran out of bottled water one night. Oh god,
Oh no.
this isn't going to end well. I had
Mm-mm.
been warned not to drink the tap water, but the place I was staying in had a water cooler. I figured one glass couldn't hurt.
Yes, it can.
Well, I was wrong. I couldn't stop going to the bathroom. We're talking 30 times in a single night, and I almost died of dehydration. That's bad. That's
I have some
bad.
good stories. I have one that happened to me.
Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
Where in the world, Carmen San Diego?
Peru. All of these stories in Peru. I haven't been
You
back
can
since.
never go back. Yeah,
No.
you can never go
So
back to Peru.
I had this soup with an entire crab on top. That crab made me deathly ill. I lost 15 pounds in 5 days, and I came back to the United States the whole way sick. I was so
Oh no.
sick.
Oh
Montezuma's
god.
revenge, both sides. I thought I was going to die.
On the plane.
Get back to the United States, go to my doctor. I'm fine. An hour later, completely fine. An hour
That's insane.
later. And
That's
then
insane.
I take a nap, get on another plane, and go to Greece. And I'm dancing on the bar with the Swedish bikini team 12 hours later.
You can't
I
keep a good
went
girl
from
down,
death
is the
to
story.
living life.
Yeah, well, and you were 15 pounds lighter. You were like bikini.
I was like, I am killing it. Ooh.
Was it worth it? We ask ourselves. We're
Yes.
not sure, but
I didn't think it was at the time, and now I'm just like asking for it. I'm like, where's a place that could give me street meat that's infected? I'm about 15 pounds away from my goal weight. Let's go.
let's do this. It's nature's Ozempic, right?
Mhm.
Oh, still, I don't know, man. Food poisoning is not the gear. You're always skinny after it, but you feel like you're literally dying.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought I was gonna die. I thought this was it. I was like, really? I'm ending my life, my exciting, wonderful, amazing life in Peru from a crab? That's not how I plan on going out.
Yeah, if I want to like be choking on the shellfish, not be like, something exciting happening.
Yeah, something exciting. I want to be like, I don't know, in the ocean if it's a crab that does me, and I don't know, something.
Yeah, something exciting. But this last one just proves the banality of life, even when you're traveling. In preparation for China, I learned a few words of survival Mandarin. Once there, whenever I wanted a taxi to pull over, I exclaimed "Tang" or "Tang" or whatever it is, which I confidently remembered to mean stop. It was only after several journeys that I realized I was actually saying soup. Presumably, the taxi drivers stopped simply to get the madman out of their cab. Soup. Look. It usually
Oh,
comes at the beginning of the meal, but sometimes it can come
I
at the end
like
of
the
the meal.
language barrier ones. This is funny for me.
The language barrier ones. I think that there's more mining to because we've only done a few. Maybe this is a part two coming up. I think because it always stirs up memories. You're like, oh, something like that happened to me. Oh, something like that happened to
Yeah,
me.
you're
Oh,
stirring up a lot of mine.
I know Peruvian nightmares. It's not
Ugh, that was
it's
in
not the
college.
gear.
Thank God it was a long time ago.
Yeah, and see, this is the good thing about being of the generation that we are in. No social media back then.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Like, if you were lucky, a digital camera that probably doesn't turn on anymore. You can't
Mhm.
find a reader for the memory card that was in it. So all of the evidence of that is long gone. It exists now only in our minds, like Rose from Titanic.
Right where it belongs. Thank goodness.
It was 84 years ago that we were living a life of excitement and joy. Well, maybe, all right, maybe we check in for part 2 of travel
Yeah.
sometime soon. We might even schedule ourselves a guest if Mr. Emmett can't join us. We might find ourselves a little guest host
Might as
or
well.
two. You never know. We've always got people that have horrible, horrible stories. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you, my lovely friend, Miss Katrina A. Johnson, who's jetting off again across the world, maybe down under. Will we see Kat in the green and gold? Who knows? You never, never know. But this has been What Happened. So if you've got travel horror stories, post them to us and we'll read them out. We'll share your stories too.
Yeah.
I
We
love
want to
it
know.
when people put stories in. But till next time, make sure you are arriving on the right date. Street meat makes you
And the right
skinny.
year.
Yep, right year. Street meat makes you skinny, and make sure that you are not itchy.
That's it. See, no
That's
Picasso.
it.
No Picasso.
There we go. See you, folks. Bye.